Welcome back, everybody. Hopefully you guys are all having a great day. I'm sorry, I had to check to make sure I wasn't unmuted. If you guys are new here, my name is Tank. This is the IBC Gang YouTube channel. We talk about everything that's happening in the traditional markets as well as the crypto markets. Of course, we talk about what's happening in the Cosmos ecosystem. We got a lot of stuff to talk about today. So before we jump into it, because I want to quickly roll on into it, do me a huge favor. Like this video, subscribe to the channel, hit that little bell notification. Come on. It don't take you but 2 seconds to do so. It costs you zero dollars to be supportive, guys. Help me grow, help your bags grow, because the more people that see these videos, the more exposure Cosmos gets. Actually, to be honest with you, the more exposure the crypto market gets, especially the Cosmos ecosystem, which means the more exposure your bags get. So do me a favor, do yourself a favor, do everybody a favor. Like this video, subscribe to the channel, hit that little bell notification. As always, I am joined by a few gentlemen today. I'm very blessed. Joined by a few gentlemen today. Our buddy Blau, which is one of our top mods. Brand, of course, one of our main mods. And Cosmos DeFi is in the house. What's up, fellas? What's
going on, guys?
Hey, guys.
Good morning, everybody. Nice to talk to everyone once again. I've been away for a bit.
Does it feel like you're coming home? Like, we got coffee and we got everything for you today, man. We got everything for you today. Charts and coffee. Ooh, we should make a segment. Charts and coffee.
That's such a great name for a show.
It is. You know what? To be honest, though, little rat, though, I think I don't know if you guys watch like outside YouTubers. I don't have the time, but I used to watch other YouTubers outside of our Cosmos ecosystem. And there was a younger kid. What was his name? He was on BitBoy show quite a bit. Crypto Jeb. He's a younger dude, kind of awkward. Crypto Jeb. He's a nice dude, right? Like. But he had a show with his little buddies or whatever. That I say his little because they're all young. I don't mean to say that like his little buddies or anything like that. It's just because I'm old. But I think like their title was like charts and coffee or coffee and charts or something like that. So I never went with it. But that is, I should see. I think he retired actually. I think for health reasons, Crypto Jeb, which of course I actually thought he was a pretty smart dude. Hopefully everything's okay. I think he actually quit making YouTube videos like right at the peak of his popularity because he had like a health whatever. But like, yeah, shout outs to Crypto Jab, man. Hopefully you're okay. I want everybody to be okay, guys. I don't care. Like even if I don't like them, I want people to be okay. Anyway, yeah, crypto and coffee. Yeah. Before I go any further though, since I said what I said and I mean it, let me give all respect and love to you guys, because you guys are what makes this wheel turn round, guys. You guys are the most important people by far in every aspect of your life, not just crypto. So real quickly, what's up, Sunrise Binary? What's up, Chad? What's up, Adam Bomb? What's up, Opa? What's up, Thanis? Hello. Brasco, what's going on? DJ and Matt Miller. Sab, what's up? Good morning. Let me go here. John Francis? I need glasses. I always say that. I need to put my glasses on. I refuse. I just feel old when I do it. Good morning to you. Hopefully all of you guys are doing well. Let's go ahead and jump on into it. No more ranting. Let's go ahead and jump on into it because doom and gloom is back, right? It's all fear in the market. People are freaking the F out. I told you guys, total uptime, right? We came up. Oh, just for reference, actually, let me point this out. We're on the Dow Jones. We're using the daily. Of course, Market Cipher is our primary oscillator and indicator tool of choice. Guys, I told you guys before, if we did not break up to the and get past the 200 SMA with confidence, that the trend is our friend, and until it's not, we should pay attention to it and realize that it's probably going to keep trending on that way. Look back here, guys. I told you guys before, we try to get above the 200 SMA. The 200 SMA is this yellow line. Again, we're on the daily time frame. We did it for just a brief moment, then it got rejected, came back down, try to do it again here and here. So that's 1, 2, 3 times ever since the 200 SMA broke down and did not hold up price action as support, right? We did it 3 times. How long was this first one, actually? I keep forgetting this. We came through it. We held it for only 13 days. Only just shy of 2 weeks. I actually told you guys before to kind of take a step back. I look at and use the 200 SMA as a really strong, excuse me, take this phone and throw it and turn it upside down so I don't get sidetracked. I have so many realtors contact me right now because I put in inquiries in like all of the Gulf Coast for some properties. Anyway, I use the 200 SMA as a really good baseline for a lot of things on the upside and the downside, right? If you guys know and you've been following this channel, I use the 200 SMA for my 200 SMA strategy to the downside, especially when I think like, bear markets are incoming and stuff like that, right? Excuse me. Excuse me. We're going to go right back to that. We're going to go right back to that same play. So we came back up. We retested it, guys. Got rejected right here. Now, I do have some levels before that ultimate, worst case scenario, but it's still in play. We didn't even come close to it. We came down to about 29,527, which is this dotted line right here. That was basically where we wicked down to. Crazy enough, that is basically where we ended up before I got to watch my words. I'm not on Twitter Space. Before the Black Swan event that happened. It starts with a C word. I think you guys all know what I'm talking about, back in March 2020. That's basically where we ended up before we took that slippery slide of death back then. And then, the hyperinflation, the mass printing of money happened. And then we had a nice little bull run, right? But if you look at that dotted line, we basically came down to there, boom, hit our previous top and carried on. Now, we did get rejected off the 200 SMA. So I have a couple of sections that I want you guys to kind of pay attention to. First off is this section right here, $32,042. That's this section right here. If we break down, look for that as a short-term level of support. And I'm only saying that is because that's where we saw a little bit of volatility here, or a little bit of resistance here, and then a little bit of play right here in between things. And you really have to zoom out a little bit, right? It's really, really short. And so there's like really not that much strength there, but that's where I'm watching out for first. You guys know I like to DCA into fours, use my 4x4 strategy. So that's the first level that I'm eyeballing. Doesn't mean I'm going to enter there, but I'm eyeballing right there, right? So I'm going to see if we come back down, if we hold up on 32.42. If that doesn't work, look, guys, we had this upward trend line of support. This is kind of stretched. And a little bit of reaching, I will admit. But I do think that if we come down, we could come down to and bounce here. If not, we could come down to here and bounce off right around 31,300, or pretty much like maybe even like a range between these two, which was once resistance and support, like somewhere in between this fan area. So if we come down here, it'll maybe ultimately find a good level of support in between the two here, right around $31,000. If that doesn't hold up, again, look at this yellow line. That's a really good level to start actually really considering, like strategically with capital, deploying your DCA strategy. So that actually might be my realistic first entry. I'm eyeballing all of this, but I'm really, really curious about right here, right? So I might actually re-enter here with my DCA strategy. And then I'm looking all the way down here, which was our previous high, in between, right? Just before, right at, just underneath, and underneath that. So I'm looking at that as my next entry, right around this dotted line. And then, of course, I'm putting a lot of emphasis, again, back into my 200 SMA strategy. Again, this 200 SMA strategy is 20 plus years of price action, guys. 20 plus years of price action, taking into account everything. Housing crashes, wars, all that stuff. All that good mess, guys. 20 plus years. The whole thing with the internet, technology, all that stuff. But on average, guys, that is telling us it's about 21% total average move down once the 200 SMA is broken over the past 20 years. Let me kind of actually zoom out for you guys and show you guys what I'm talking about here. I'm not just pulling it out of my rear end. Guys, you can see I've measured manually, double check, triple check, just like Christmas, guys. I checked my list twice, 3, 4 times basically when I was doing this, just to get a really good idea of realistically where we could be going if we're going down to Goblin Town, if we actually get that real true rejection like a lot of people are putting out there. And again, I've made my bed in my dirt bed, and I will gladly lay in it if I'm wrong. But I did say before that I think, especially for the crypto market, we've maybe seen the worst of it, but I could be wrong. And just in case, I've taken profits, I'm free and clear, I'm ready to rinse and repeat. Let's go. If I'm wrong, great. I'm just going to make more money. Hopefully you guys are going to make more money too. But this is going back 20 plus years. And on average, that is telling us we should see the bear market bottom for the Dow Jones on the daily time frame be somewhere around here, which is 27,638 on the charts. I will put this in our Discord. Join us down. Use the link. I'm sorry. Join us in Discord. Use the link down below if you guys want to join us in Discord. It's quite easy. You can find all these charts down there. It is Monday, so I need to update those charts. But yeah, so that's what I'm waiting for. That's what I'm, realistically, I mean, hoping happen. I hope we don't gotta go down to Goblin Town. But like, if it does, it's just opportunities. It's just opportunities. That's the way I view the markets as a long-term investor. If you're a short-term scalper, if you just got into the game, you don't know what you're looking at and all this stuff. Let me actually just kind of zoom out. This is the weekly chart. We're going to have to go even further. But like, this is going back to the Vietnam. Most of y'all weren't even born yet. Most of y'all weren't even born, including myself, right? Like, obviously, was not born in the 60s. But if you look at this, like, I know it's hard. It's a hard pill to swallow, guys. But, bear markets are a thing. We need to have buyers, or we need to have sellers to have buyers, all this other stuff, right? You guys know the deal. And even let me zoom out a little bit more on the monthly. This is the monthly. This is the entirety of the chart here. What are we doing? Up and to the right. Even through doom and gloom moments, right? Even through doom and gloom moments, what are we doing? Up and to the right. And in fact, I just want to point out to you guys, this is perspective for you. We're on the monthly, right? We're on the monthly. You got to look at the entirety of the picture when you actually try to put on an investor hat and tote yourself around and present yourself to everybody as an investor. If you're an investor, zoom the F out. Be a real investor. Take a good look at what we're actually talking about, because right now, for the long-term investor, this is just but a blip. Look. This sucked. This sucked. This sucked. All these moves sucked way freaking more. Let me zoom in one more time for you guys. Right? Monthly. This, you can't see it because my big head's in the way right here. You can't see it. My big head's in the way. I know. This sucked. Right? Perspective for you guys. This sucked. All of these sucked. All of these sucked way more than what you're going through right now. Way more. It's just a strong visual. It does suck. I'm not trying to take away from that. I get it. It sucks. Especially if you bought the top. I'm not taking away from that at all. I'm just giving you guys perspective, right? It doesn't last forever. It does not last forever.
This is a great chart, by the way, because you could see how long it takes for things to unfold. After that 1929 crash, took about 30 years to get back up to the same level. Mm-hmm. And then after we had that surge post World War II, it basically flatlined for 20 something years. This is a great chart, and zooming out is definitely gives you perspective.
Mm-hmm. It definitely does. I mean, I get it too. Some people don't want to wait that long to reap the benefits of what they're doing now. They don't. And I'm just being honest. Some people aren't investing for their kids. Some people don't give two snap-a-doodles about that kind of stuff. They want now so they can reap the benefits of it now, right? They're trying to get out of their financial situation sooner rather than later. But again, I've always said that I'm a long-term investor. I don't get shook when I see these kind of things. I make my plays. I try to get out. I try to be, conservative and make sure that I'm realizing profits and all that stuff. But you got to zoom out. I mean, even on the daily, this is the daily. We're zoomed out here. This is the daily chart. I mean, come on, guys. What are we really doing here? We're just ebbing and flowing. Every decade, a little over a decade, maybe more so, like we do run into some kind of crazy thing happening in the markets. Go back and look at it. It's the truth. Nobody can project it. Nobody can tell you what it's going to be unless you're like the actual manipulators of the world, which there are Sith lords that are out there in their dark cloak. They do that. Don't think like maybe you guys might think like I'm a tinfoil hat guy. I'm serious. There really is. There really is Sith lords out there doing their things. There really is. They control things. But regardless of how you feel about that, about a decade, a little more, depending on how things are, they will throw a wrench in the cogs of the world and try to reset things. That's manipulation, baby. That's the name of the game. Our job is not to fight the current of the well next to us. It's to swim with it. You try to fight the current with the real power decision makers, power movers, you're going to drown. You just got to accept it. you know? Anyway, so let me actually move on. Actually, let me take a look real quick before I do move on. We're zooming back in a bit. Reset charts. Let me see here. Market Cipher B pinched together with, well, not entirely, but we are pinched together quite well with the RSIs. We are coming back down a bit. We are still in the green. The market, it's kind of funny. The markets, again, we're still stuck on the Dow Jones. The markets, they have a saying, right? Do not fight the Feds. Don't fight the Feds. Then it's a saying for a reason. Don't fight the Feds, right? Because usually 9 times out of 10, you lose. The market is fighting the Feds right now, though. The market is front running and trying to call the Feds bluff. I've said it before, like there's only so much that the Feds can posture and position before they do drag us into a true recession, before they truly drive the dollar into the ground, which admittingly, if they ever want to actually reset, burn it all to the ground and do it over, they have to, right? That's the only way we actually get inflation and all these numbers truly down and to stay down is to crash it. That's the only way. Do they want to do that? Do you, if we're all betting men and women, which we are being investors, are they going to do that? There is a habit that these governments and, I'll say the Fed, but the government has, not just the US government, but all, and that habit is to kick the can down the road for future generations. They've been doing that. They do a little bit of manipulating, they do a little bit of band-aid work, little triaging, but for the vast majority, the meat in the can gets kicked down the road, and that can is open, by the way, so it flaps out all the time when it's getting kicked down the road. If I'm a betting man, and again, I guess I kind of am because I'm an investor, right? I'm going to look back and say, the trend is my friend until it's not. And I have years of patience. Even if I die, my will and my presets and the way that I've structured myself has years of patience. So that my family, my future, the seeds that I've put out there, my 2 little hellions, which you guys have seen, will reap the benefits of it. I'm okay. Hopefully you guys are zooming out. That's, just my own personal take on it. You guys do you. Different strokes, different folks. Dow Jones right now is coming back down. So take a look at those levels that I shared with you guys. Real quick. I'm going to move through it pretty quickly. Dow Jones, again, I'm looking for this section. This is my transparent box. This is where I think short term, if the market is right and we do call the bluff for the Feds, this is the zone. I think it's kind of funny. We're on the daily. It's just now, right? How we did wick down to it and we're still above it right now. I'm not saying that we don't go down into it, but it's just kind of funny. Again, look out for these zones right here, and I'm going to move on right now. NASDAQ. Again, that is it's our friend. That's what we always say is, correlated to crypto. But again, same thing. We're coming back down right now. You guys know the lines. I'm going to kind of skim through the rest of this stuff because I'm going to put it in the Discord. And if you guys want to follow along, just go ahead and follow us in the Discord. Again, we would gladly love to have you guys there. But if we come back down here, I'm looking for this first section to be in between 12,668 and then basically about 13,000. That is this section right here on the charts. I think that we'll find some good level of support right here if we do come back down further. But if we don't, because we got to be prepared for that, we could come down to here, which is 12,397. This upwards trend line, which is the more important one, 1, 2, basically 3. We could come down to that section again, kind of matching up with that section I just showed you guys. I think we could come down to about here and find some good support. That's right around 12,232 to about 12,400. That'd be a good section on the charts. Actually, we'll start probably, depending on momentum, right? If the momentum is just cutting through things like a hot knife in butter, I might just kind of step back a little bit. But if it's just slowly getting down there and we're taking that slow ride, if we get to this level, I might start deploying on some of my index interests that I have out there, right? Some of the funds that are in these indexes, I might actually start deploying some capital there. But yeah, that's where I'm looking out. And then of course, look for the lows that we've had before. I just want to show you guys for my 200 SMA strategy, that's hit it perfectly. That's 20 years of price data on the NASDAQ. was 26.27% total average move down. Once the 200 SMA is broken over the past 10 breaks, that's 20 years. We hit that perfectly, guys. And I was calling this out months before. And I just want to say, if you weren't, and if I ever get only one thing, and if I've ever known for one thing, it's that I preach to take profits. I don't care about if I'm right, call the bottom, call the top. I don't care about none of that. I think that's BS anyway. I don't think anybody can actually do that. I'm just going by averages, right? I'm just going by averages, and I play averages. That's what I do. I try to stay conservative, and I play my averages. That's what gambling is, that's what it is. And so nobody knows the bottom, nobody knows the top. But if I'm ever known for anything, I was telling you guys to be a profit taker always. Let me show you guys. We called this one almost in fact, let me go to the very bottom. Almost perfectly. Well, actually, let's go like from where we called it. Not from the bottom, but from where we called it. Boom, there, right? To even where we are right now, you're still up 16.68%. For the traditional markets, you should be taking profits. At one point, you were up 22.79%, give or take, a little bit more maybe. Like, you should have been taking profits. If you are now back in a sucky position, it's your fault. You only have you to blame. We had a lot of time to get out of this. And even if you bought, again, using my 4x4 strategy, even if you got, I know we're on the US 100 index. A lot of you guys are crypto fanatics, right? But this still applies for crypto. Even if you bought the top here, if you guys were using that 4x4 strategy, you could have lessened the pain on you. You have to deploy more money. You have to deploy more capital. You have to stick your neck out there again to ease the pain. You got to put effort in there. You cannot just buy the top and say, oh crap, I'm going to wait for the top to get back out again. No. If you really want to ease that pain from buying the top here, or maybe buying the top here, you have to start dollar cost averaging on the way down. You have to. That's the only way it works. It's the only way it works. So if you were doing that, you could have, maybe not have gotten out entirely unless you like went ham right here. But like, again, you would have been able to alleviate a lot of that pain that you were, in. So I'm just saying. But yeah, guys, like, again, I also have way down deep sections here. But again, I'll post this in the Discord. Be on the lookout for this, guys. Be on the lookout for this. Ooh, yeah. We're slippery sliding right there. Look at that. Coming down with an angle. I'm going to go into, again, kind of what's happening here as well and why we're dealing with this. Russell being our leading indicator right now. I showed you guys, by the way, what I would hope to see happen. And I can't complain, right? I said I would like to see things get back tested. This goes for all those other charts that I just looked at, the NASDAQ, the Dow Jones as well. I would have rather seen us take a slow and steady stair-stepping movement in these charts than these drastic booms, right? Like, again, I've said that as well as many times as well. When you take super angled positions like this, like this, that are very, very, is the word acute or dramatic, I guess, whatever. It's not sustainable. It's just not sustainable. It's not realistic and it's not healthy. I like to see slow and steady price action get moved kind of like this, but the market's ignored what I wanted because that's what usually happens. You want something, the market does exactly the opposite. But again, just for giggles, I did share with you guys that if the market does come down, I would hope that it comes down here, retests these previous highs or these previous rejection points right here on the charts, bounces off it and just carries on going sideways. That would be great. That would be like ideal. Probably not going to happen because, like I said, markets don't do what we want it to do. But like, that's what I would like it to do. Let's see where it's at right now. We're just above that section. And again, if I zoom in, it's kind of crazy how we wicked down there just today, just on today's open for the markets. We wicked down there and then pulled away from it. Not to say we're going to stay above it. Doesn't look like it, to be honest with you. But, I left it up there because I wanted to see what happened. For the Russell, though, we could also come down to these sections right here. I'll put it in a Discord for the sake of this video and for the sake of not talking about traditional markets, because I know, even though I think it's important, a lot of you guys don't want to listen to it. You guys just want to get into crypto stuff. I'll go ahead and move on, but I'll share with you guys in the Discord. If you guys want to follow along, join it. I'll post it there for you guys to take a look at. Those are the sections I'm looking at. SPX real quickly down 1.63%. Yeah, same thing, basically the same thing I just said with the Russell. I told you guys I would like to see, I can't complain, it's doing it. I would like to see it kind of come back down and retest some levels because it cements, it gives strength, guys, to the price action in the future if we do come back and back test things. We can't just pump indefinitely, right? We need to come back down and retest it to see if it holds up as support. We're going through those ebbs and flows. We're going through the motion of the ocean. Like, it is what it is. We kind of knew, I said it a million times, that we're going to come up to the 200 estimation and get rejected. We're going to get a lot of volatility. Guess what? After a strong pump, we're getting a pretty good reaction back to the downwards. So anyway, for the sake of this video, again, same thing. I will share this in the Discord. Follow along, my friends. Follow along. And by the way, if you haven't already, please like this video, subscribe, share it right now on social media. Please share it right now. I didn't, you know what? Bad me, because I didn't even share it on social media that we are live right now.
I put one out.
Did you put one out? Let me copy yours actually then. Let me copy yours. Did you do it on Maneki or did you do it on your own?
I did it on my own.
I was going to say, I feel like you're so busy with Maneki that I feel like I rarely see your own tweets these days.
Well, it's definitely calmed down since we launched. Like, we only have to really update people on what's going on in Maneki, right? So
yeah, which I love you guys. I love my mods to death, guys. You guys, I swear, help so much. So thank you. Like, I really do appreciate you guys. But if you guys would, here, just take Brent's. Let's take Brent's real quick. And also drop Bren and Blau a follow. And Cosmos D5 if he's still in here. Drop them all a follow, guys. Here's the link. Here's the link. Goes tell everybody. Go tell everybody. Go check them. Go tell everybody we're live right now. Tell everybody in the Cosmos ecosystem. Tell your mama. Tell your auntie. Tell your brother. Tell everybody. They need to come check us out, guys, because we're pretty cool people. I mean,
yeah, I shared it in the ecosystem chat in the Cosmos Spaces room.
There you go. What's up, man? I didn't even hear you slide in. But yeah, share it out there, guys, and like the video, subscribe. Please hit that little bell notification. I think we're bringing something unique into space. I don't know too many other Cosmos content creators that kind of go over these kind of things, but we try to do something that provides value, right? Let's go and move into Bitcoin, though. Unless anybody, Brent, stop me unless anybody has I can't speak. Brent, stop me if somebody has something they had asked.
Well, there's two questions, but I was going to ask one of them later because one of them was about Kujira, and Chad was asking, what do you think about self-directed brokerage accounts?
Yeah, let's go into that in just a minute.
Okay.
Yeah, let's go into that in just a minute. Bitcoin, okay. Bitcoin, again, we were following this ascending triangle pattern. We did the measured move here. Boom. That's the measured move from the opening, at least that I had from when we broke down, right? I said we could reach down to about 19,270. We also looking at this white line, which basically kind of goes back, not totally down to there. Excuse me. When I talk fast, I start inhaling a lot of air, which sounds weird, right? It's different. I promise you guys, there's a difference. I'm not a complete stupid head. Like, there's a difference between inhaling air and then breathing air. Anyway, I get the burpees is what I'm trying to say. As you can see, we're following along kind of like an average between where we saw a little bit of support here. And it's kind of just funny how we are just above previous resistance back here before we blast it off and then our previous top. So not exactly, again, I'm more of an average person because I don't think things need to necessarily come exactly down and touch things to a T. Like, I'm not a perfectionist like that. I do like pay attention to it, but it's an average for me. So I'm watching out, and it's kind of funny how so far with these bleeds, we're still holding up above that, and it's okay. Like, ultimately, I said we didn't want to actually come down below this section. It was fine. I knew that this probably was going to hold up, but ultimately we didn't want to come below this. If you look at the dotted line, we're just above it right now. Are we going to hold it? We're fighting tooth and nail to do so for Bitcoin. Kind of funny. We're at a critical place right now for the Bitcoin chart. We need to hold above this because, like I said, if we cancel this out, then we cancel out the whole thing that we were doing right here. We cancel it entirely out. We just start rounding back down, and more than likely we'll probably start seeing lower lows being made and whatnot. But here's the interesting thing: we're still on the daily time frame. Look at these RSIs right here. Is it short-lived? I don't know. The selling pressure has kind of subsided a little bit. And I told you guys there was a really big reason why we saw so much selling pressure. And I'll go back as well for the traditional markets. And even right now, still for Bitcoin, there is another catalyst that could bring us down further. So I want you guys to be well informed. But let me kind of step back. For Bitcoin just recently, or for the traditional market just recently, there was a $2 trillion options expiry that happened on Friday, Saturday. It settled itself out. Had a lot to do with a lot of the volatility that we saw. Obviously, it was a huge expiry. Now we actually have a pretty large Bitcoin expiry happening, I believe, on the 26th. I believe it happens on the 26th. Blah, 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 blah.
Conveniently right before the next rate hike.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, of course, right? It's always just conveniently there. But here, I'm going to keep this short and sweet. This was an article from 2 days ago. Obviously, just saying that the bears didn't foresee the bulls pushing it up to 24 half, basically almost 25. And it kind of put him in a weird position, right? And I told you guys I have my theories, my thoughts. I kind of won't go into all of that because it is a lot. But now that there is and this one doesn't actually have, I wish I actually, if somebody can find that, there is I think it's like, I don't know exactly how much off the top of my head. I had it up a second ago, how much Bitcoin is actually getting ready to expire on that. But there is a significant amount. And this is kind of like the overall gist of it. If the bears can keep it below 23,000, it's going to be in their favor, right? But again, there's still hope for the bulls. Between 21 to 23, 30 calls versus 2770 puts. The net result favors the put bears, right? Instrument by 60 million. Not all too much, but it is favor them. I don't see this happening. It would be really like maybe actually do though, because we've, like I said before, when people start getting overextended with their shorts, when these bears start sticking their head out all too much, yes, you guys are trying to reinforce your position, your bears positions, but at the same time, you're also exposing yourself to a possible scenario where you get your heads chopped off in a short squeeze. And right now, there's a lot of people fighting against the traditional narrative, like, of don't fight the feds and we're going down to Bear Town or Goblin Town, whatever. I like Goblin Town better. But as you can see that, with the RSIs, that resistance is happening. It really is happening. That resistance is happening right now in the market. So again, if you go to 23 to 25, 940 calls versus the 1360 puts, the net result is a balance between the bulls and bears. So that kind of be a break even. If we can get back up to 23, that would be our most best chance, is just to get kind of back to an even point. And I think that would be the most probable scenario in a bullish discussion. Do I think realistically that is going to, it's kind of, I don't know. I'm 50-50, to be honest with you. The bearish sentiment is out there. It's hard to fight against the bad news bears. It's hard to, you ever get somebody that's fully depressed and try to cheer them back up? It's difficult. It's super, especially when they've been abused, not just physically, but financially, emotionally, and everything in between, right? It's super hard to get somebody to start believing in themselves again, or start believing in other things again, not only themselves, but other things as well. So again, like I'm kind of 50-50. I'm in the turtle mode. I'm protecting my asset. I'm in that position right now. I'm turtled up, but that is the realistic numbers that are out there. 23 to 25 would be a break even. 25 to 26, don't see that happening, but it would result in the bullish push by 80 million. Not all too much, but still, that would be that short squeeze, that small short squeeze. Are we trying to do that again? The markets have been showing us some crazy stuff so far. I would not count that totally just out, even though I did say that I don't see it happening, but I wouldn't count it out entirely. Like, look, we came up to 25.1 just recently when people doubted that we would do that. We did. And that was amongst the news, the upcoming events of a $2 trillion. People knew this up front, guys. They knew there was a $2 trillion options expiring happened for traditional markets. People knew that volatility was coming. Smart money knows this. Option traders know this, but yet they still managed to push it up to that 25. I would like, you gotta, as a chartist, as an investor, you gotta know everything outside of TA and in between and everything around it. You have to look at all of those probable scenarios that might be playing out, because when you think just because of the charts of what's going on, you don't. And I can tell you right now, vast majority of you guys probably had no idea that there was an option expiry of 2 trillion before in the stock markets. And I bet you a lot of you guys didn't know that there was a pretty significant amount of Bitcoin options expiring or expires. I can't speak. Expiring soon as well for this week. I guarantee you guys didn't know that until I just said that. And yet a lot of people want to say that they know what's happening. Do you? If you don't, follow the channel. I try to tell you. I don't know it fully either, but I it's my job to be everywhere and looking at all these scenarios. It's my job. That's why I come up with these crazy things, right? This food for thought for you to digest. People are front running things. It's our job to kind of figure that out and to react accordingly. And it's just, although I will say the more probable scenario playing out for Bitcoin and the rest of the markets is the one that's being pumped out there, right? It's easier to believe that. It's easier to see that happening. Goblin Town coming. Oh, no. We need to go back and repeat the past cycles, deviation down. We need to. That's the easiest one because everybody's already fearful. You've been smacked around. You've been emotionally attacked. You've been financially attacked. You're going to flinch the next time somebody does this, right? The market makers go like that. You're going to flinch. You're going to capitulate. You're going to sell because you don't want to get hit again. That's what they want you to do, though.
It's like an abusive relationship.
It is an abusive relationship. You need to be the abuser between your capital and your assets, not the other way around. The only way to do that is to get in the know. I'll help you. Come watch this channel. Subscribe. I can't tell you anything financially. I don't know it completely, but I can give you guys food for thought, something to think about. Might make it harder on yourself. Again, right? Red, blue. Which one are you going to take? It's easier to sleep on it and just take the one that makes you go back into the matrix. But if you guys really want to open it up, you're going to take the opposite pill. It's funner anyway, too. It's funner a word. It's more fun. But anyway, guys, so it's out there, right? Like, guys, this is the true landscape. This is the battlefield. Know it for what it is. See it for what it is. Don't just listen to what's being blasted on the microphone. Because those are your generals that are not in the field with you. Those are the ones that are not in the mud or in the foxhole with you. Those are the ones that are not getting shot at or being laid to rest on the battlefield. You need to actually hear it, but see it for what it is. All right? Again, caveats. Not to say that I'm absolutely right. I'm just saying those are there. They're there. Let's go ahead and take a look at this. I want to show you guys another thing, guys. CoinGlass for Bitcoin, right? 24-hour time period. Super. If everybody's so bearish, then why is the ratio still it's 50 on the 24-hour? It's 50.23% long versus 49.77% short. Why? Were you bearish? Because a lot of other people that see this stuff are going long here. I don't know for how long they're going long. Maybe they're just seeing key levels, right? Key levels that we've been sharing with you guys take place right now. And they're scalping or doing their short to mid-term scalps, maybe a week or whatever, playing it out. But it's there. This is data from all these exchanges, guys. It's not my data. This is data from Binance, OKX, or whatever the heck. BitGet, FTX, CoinEx. By the way, these guys reached out to me. I'm skittish. I'm weirded out about replying via email, but they wanted me to be, they got something maybe coming in Cosmos, by the way. We'll get to that later. But yeah, if you guys can see DYDX, BitMEX, Bybit, Huobi, Kraken, large exchanges, guys. Let's go to 24-hour here. Boom. Kind of harder to see, but it is. It's 51 or 50.23 versus 49.77 in favor of longs right now being taken. Why is that? Why is that? Anybody have anything they want to add? No? Okay. Look at this. RSIs. Look at our deep wave. We're still in the green right here. Interesting. Super interesting right now. Let me go. I will say though, just in case, just so I cover this and people don't, oh, Tank is just, he's a moon boy, whatever. You see these transparent boxes? I have buy orders set. I'm not even joking, all the way down to $4,200, reinforcing my positions with more positions. I will be a buyer at all these levels. I've been a buyer at these levels. I've been a profit taker as well at some levels, but I'm ready. I'll put that in the chart as well. Also, I do want to say we have some excellent chartists that are sharing their ideas in our Discord as well. Not just my own, right? You got to look at everybody's opinion and take a look at that. So go ahead and check out our Discord in our charting section. There's much more other chartists that are sharing their thoughts and opinions as well. But yeah. I think that's really interesting. Let's move on to the Cosmos ecosystem. Let's move into Atom. Let's move on into Atom. Now, let me kind of zoom. Whoops. Let me kind of zoom in. Boom. Guys, the Cosmos ecosystem. How eventful, right? The social Discord between everybody on social media, YouTube, Twitter, everything. I'll tell you everything. Here, look like a man. But this weekend was woo. We'll get into that in just a little bit too. Anyway, so Atom right now, right? These are our zones. We're having a sharp little sell-off right here. It was hurt time, going a little bit into Goblin Town, just peeking our head, seeing what goblins are in our houses right now. We did cut back down below the 0.5, which was right around $10.66. We are underneath, guys. Remember I showed you guys this projection of this resistance, which once was resistance, this big thick line right here, and I projected it out. And I told you guys I don't invalidate things until it totally invalidates. Look how it's holding up so far. 1, 2, 3, 4 days so far. It's held up above that. This is why I don't do that, guys. We're now testing to see if this resistance line holds up as support for us on the charts. So far, so good. Ultimately, though, I will say this does kind of look I bet if I actually went back to Bitcoin, it kind of looks like a bear flag too. On the 4 hour. No. Oh, I'm sorry. That's Bitcoin shorts. No. I'm sorry. Wrong chart. Yeah, that don't look good. That don't look good. That kind of looks like that too. Anyway, kind of like I will say, guys, kind of looks bearish, right? Like if you guys don't know the flags and stuff like that. I don't like it. But on the daily, going back to here, guys, I was showing these charts for you guys for a while now. As you guys can see, we came down here. We're holding up above it. If we don't hold up here, guys, again, I told you guys I'm looking for this next bold line, which is right around $8.61. Then I'm looking in between the golden pocket, which is the 0.65 and the 0.618. Roughly about here, that's the started line. It's a little bit on the lower section of the middle section of the golden pocket, but it's 750. And then again, I'm looking at 615, 640. I'm looking all the way down to Goblin Town between 80 to $1. 80 cents to $1, guys. Yes, I am going all the way down there because I'm real about taking those chances and seeing them as opportunities. Vanek, and I just want to put this out, and it's just kind of crazy. We won't stick too much into that, but we got to talk about it since we're talking about Atom. The golden child of crypto and YouTube and everything else. I'm sorry, I should say the golden child for the Cosmos ecosystem within YouTube crypto. I don't know what I'm trying to say. You guys get what I'm trying to say. Cryptocito, all respect, just put out a really, really, I think controversial. Again, he was just reviewing a report, right? Letting everybody know, obviously Atom can hit really 160x in 2030. Again, a little ways away, right? But if you read this from Vanek,
I should.
Yeah, let me put this in the chat for you guys. You can do this. I'll actually put this as well in our comment sections down below. So if you guys watch this later, you guys can find it in the comment section below, the link to the report. I read it. I listened to it. I agree with it for the most part. But I think a lot of people get caught up on the high note instead of the low note. They did say $1, $1. So, guys, the low note, realistically, again, I've been sharing this, and you guys know, go back, watch my channels, is all the way down to $1. Fair market value at the current moment until certain things actually happen for the Cosmos or for the Atom token for the Cosmos ecosystem, right? Until certain things actually happen. And also on top of that, until certain things actually turn around in the global discussion of things. Like, yes, I do think that the Atom token is severely undervalued, just like the report said. But I'm also not putting out content like this, which I get it. You're just capitalizing on and reviewing somebody else's report. But come on. Do you really think that we're going to get, how much is that? If it's a 160x, how much, I don't have the tabs open, guys, but how much capital would have to flood in into not just crypto, but into the Cosmos ecosystem to 160?
I mean, are they taking into account market growth on top of this or no?
They took into account, like, it was actually a really good detailed report. So
I didn't have time.
Yeah, it was, you could just listen. Cryptocitos, all respect, did, again, if you just listen to what he's saying, reviewing the report, because he is just doing that, so I'll give him that. It was pretty detailed, so you can just listen to that and get the like cliff notes of it. But to put out Can Atom, like, and this is kind of like one of those things where it's like I just don't like those. I get the game, I just hate playing it. I don't like those tweets or that people put out, and I'm not even gonna reference Cryptocitos one right now, but like the ones like how many Atom to make it in 2025, how many Juno to make it by 2025. Like, come on. That's you know how much you need. Whatever makes you not stress, that's how much you need to make it. Like, this isn't exactly like that, but like it's definitely like one of those, like, I get what you're doing, you're playing the game, right? I get it. Do we really think it's gonna 160x by 2030?
I mean, it would need to have a 480 billion market cap, which is higher than Bitcoin's right now.
What is that? 160x? That would be at the current market. What is that? I don't have my calculator, guys. What is a 160 from
What?
price right now?
Oh, it's 10 right now, so it would be 1.6K.
I take you guys all out for dinner. All out for dinner, 2030. I said it right now. Anybody in the chat right now that's watching it, we'll go back. You guys clip this. I'll take you guys all out to Morton's for dinner. Everything
Bitcoin's
on
got
me.
like $2 million, right?
Yeah, so it don't matter. I'll own a Morton's. I gotta take you guys all out. Just one of my Atom bags, guys. Just on my Atom's bags. If it went up past $1,000, I take all you guys, Cryptocito, everybody along with this. We all go have steak. Or whatever you prefer.
Include airplane ticket?
Airplane. We'll buy the airplane, dude.
Buy the whole airplane.
Blau will be our personal pilot. Personal pilot.
Oh yeah.
What was that? What was that show, guys? It was like kind of ghetto, but it was like Snoop Dogg was in it, and it was like a party on the plane. What was
Soul Plane?
So it could be just like Soul Plane, dude.
Well, don't bring your dog if that's the case, because remember what happened with the dog in that movie.
Yeah, don't bring pets not allowed. Sorry, unless it's a maneki. Anyway, guys, I'm being silly. I'm sorry. I just want to put out, like, all respects to crypto. Guys, again, I say certain things, guys, but I will always say one of the biggest reasons why I got into streaming Cosmos related content was because of Cryptocito and Liam, with Confident in Crypto and stuff like that, guys. I just, didn't see anybody doing what we're doing here and doing it from the United States. So I was like, I'm going to do it. So if it wasn't for them, I probably wouldn't even be streaming this stuff. I was streaming regular crypto content before for some of my other investments, but yeah, that's another time. We should do that round table. We'll do that with everybody that one time. I know Little Gains is going to be like, hurry up and do it. I told you to do it already. So yeah, guys, those are the levels I'm watching out for. I think shared security, interchain security, whatever you want to call it. If it comes out, we get, consumer chains, with Neutron and all this other stuff. Like, man, I'm just so hopeful. I had my things, my reserves, but crossing my fingers. It's in the works. So like, all I can do is hope that it really does bring value accrual for Atom and the Cosmos Hub. I think there's a couple of other ways that the Atom token can actually gain value accrual. I've kind of hinted to it before in spaces in YouTube, so I won't get into that, but that's my own little side project. I am still working on it. Wink, wink. When I think of something, I actually go full bore until I can't go anymore, until it doesn't make sense, and I'm still working on that. It's so expensive, though. It is so expensive.
Yeah, I wish I could do that.
Yeah. So expensive. We're gonna go into Secret. Secret down 5.57% right now. Guys, check it out. And by the way, I did reach out to Aztec, who is now picked back up to his YouTube. If you guys don't know, I should have had it. He's another YouTube streamer, has much more followers than we do right now. I think he stopped though when everything, whatever, but he just recently got back into streaming secret stuff, secret content. He's very popular on Twitter. But I actually reached out to him because, again, I want somebody to explain to me why I should invest more and more into secret. I have my thoughts about it, but maybe, and he agreed basically, but he agreed to come on the show. I got to set a time to get him on here. I think that would be also beneficial, not just for secret, but for the IBC gang community and everybody in Cosmos. So can't wait for that to happen. Secret coming down and just kind of, this is the reason why I had these two shorter trend lines here, kind of averaged out here, these thinner lines. We wicked through them, but we're staying in them right now. Guys, that's why I'm such an average person. Like, I'm such an average Joe, right? Like, I like averages. I don't like to say has to do this one line or whatnot. It's all about probabilities and averages, right? But right now, we are in it right here. We're staying above our white line that we had, which is 113. Or actually, we're just below it right now because we're looking at it on the daily. But we're staying hugged to this white line that we had right here, which is right around 113. If we break down, guys, look out for 104. Look out for this big bold line. This is the real trend line that I'm watching out for, deploying more capital, maybe on. Just if somebody can convince me to deploy more capital with secret. But that is right here, right around 98 to $1. And then again, look at the golden pocket, which is between 87 cents and 95 cents. That's what I'm looking for short term with secret. Really interesting though, really interesting. Juno. We're just going to go through this really quickly, guys, and get into the conversation part of the things after. Juno down 2.26%. Guys, I told you if we hit that, man, I wish I didn't take that off again, that if we didn't hold up at $6, we did a couple of really good pushes, but that we would come down to these dotted zones. Look, I'm just going to call them out real quickly, guys. We're doing it right now. 514, 442, 396, between about 310 to 340. 275 basically, and then Goblin Town all the way down here. Again, I've shown you guys how I DCA. I'm not buying every one of these completely. I DCA by fours, and in those fours, I split up those fours also into fours using my 4x4 strategy. So it might look something like this, guys. It might be like, it might be like 1 here, 2 here, 3, and then 4 all the way down here, right? Something like that. It's not, I'm just making an example. Not exactly how I'm going to do things. I'm actually watching right now. I'm not going to obviously buy this. I'm going to buy like maybe here for 1. 2 would be here. 3 would be here. And then I've got reserve capital, always with the ability to reserve, always with the ability to reinforce my initial positions, those first 3, with more all the way down here. So you got to manage your portfolio in a way that on that 4th strike, on that 4th deployment of capital, you have enough to reinforce everything you just did right here. So again, if I bought 1 here, it's 2 here. If I bought 2 there, it's 4 here. And if I bought 4 here, it's 8 here, right? So that's what I mean by that. Kind of hard to kind of stick with, but I'm telling you that is the best way that I've ever found to deploy capital. So not financial advice, just something to think of. Osmo staying above its stable point, its critical nuclear reaction meltdown section on the charts, hanging out at $1.09, threading in and out between 110. Again, we had this white line on the daily at 112. If we wick down below that, we don't hold up, guys. We can come down to 104, just like secret. Below that's going to be 90 cents. And then this ultimate white line right here, which is the realistic long-term support that we could find, is right around 80 to 81 cents. If that doesn't hold up though, look for Goblin Town all the way down here. Same 4x4 strategy that I always deploy, guys. Protect yourself. Protect yourself at all times, like Napoleon Dynamite. We use the buddy system here. And in this case, guys, the buddy system is the 4x4 strategy, where we redeploy more and more friends or soldiers to the battlefield to reinforce our positions in this war. Overwhelming firepower is the way that the U.S. military actually, it's one of the tactics that they use, guys. It's when you can overwhelm the opposition with overwhelming firepower, like that is the best defensive strategy by far. taking take both offensive and defensive stance at the same time. But yeah, guys, let's move on unless anybody else has any. Well, actually, hold on. That's interesting. Let's look at that. Look at that curvature. What the heck is happening here? We didn't even look at Juno. Look at that. It's not just, no, it looks like it like this, guys, but when you really zoom in, that's not that bad. Evmos, the gift that keeps on giving. In fact, we have a trigger dot. What the F is happening here? We have a trigger dot right here, guys, and RSI is pointing right back up. We're trading right underneath $1.90 at the moment. What? Oh, what? Go ahead.
Right now. It's pretty impressive.
It's super impressive. Guys, we've been sharing these lines on the charts here, and I'll do it again. Like I said, follow in Discord. If we don't hold up here, which is basically 185, that's that white line right here, right, on the daily time frame. Look below for 176, 175, 176-ish. And really honestly, you can just look for like an average between this section here. You don't even have to like deploy each time right there. It could just be an average, like I said, like, right? If we're going by 4x4, this could just be 1 right there, right? And then this could just be 2. And this could be 3. And then this could be 4, right? But again, you don't have to copy that exactly. I'm ready for like real Goblin Town. But if we can hold up here, guys, that's strong. It's only down 0.87% right now. You know why? Let's take a look at it. It's not going to be exact. I hate this one thing about MintScan. It's not exact. A lot of the bonded tokens are on the rise. Look at this. 51.95 million tokens are bonded right now. What is that? What is that percent right now? Hold on. You know what I like to use?
Pro shows it, I think.
Atom Scan, I think, shows it too easier.
It's like 18%.
It's not bad for what it is. I would like to see it get to 20.
Well, you got to think about the amount of tokens that haven't been claimed as well. So the percentage is actually higher in the circulating supply.
Yeah. So it looked like, yeah, you're right. 18.81%. Absolutely right, Brent. That gets to 20. I do want to show you guys also, like, Adam's, I got to look into this. Adam's a little different too, though. Where's my Adam? Where's my Adam? Boom. Staked. 65.59% of all Atom is currently staked. Say what?
46%.
What is Juno?
46.
What? That's huge, guys. You guys got to take that into account too. That is huge. When you're talking about proof of stake ecosystems like we're in, right? Like the amount that's staked right now, massive. It's funny how everybody talks about like Cardano. Cardano had like for the longest time, I don't even know where it's at right now, but like it was like 70-something% of it's all staked. Guys, look at that. 65.59% of all Atom is currently staked. That's insane. Again, I'm just a visual. I know we just said it. Where's my Juno? Boom. 46.9% of all Juno is currently staked. Guess what's happening soon? Depending on that proposal. I don't know where that went, by the way. If we actually have the having, it's just going to get more harder to come by. Insane. If there was, we're going to get into the opinion pieces of things in just a minute anyway, but there's a lot of conversations happening with community funds being spent and Juno being spent, and if we actually, in regards, they were talking about Loop and stuff like that, if we're going to get the valuation back. If Loop keeps getting it, and they got like 3/4 of it, I think, and they are like proactively selling off so that they can cover their work, that just means less and less Juno out there for everybody else. There's a give and take argument for this kind of stuff, right? I don't know. I'll be honest with you. I'm bullish for Loop. I like the team. All this other stuff. Obviously, we had them on here. At the same time, I will say I do see points of the argument. Maybe we spent a little bit much for what we got. But at the same time, like I had a really great Twitter space where I kind of explained in detail my thoughts about, sometimes spending to get more in the long term. I will say, and I'm just going to say it real quickly. Obviously, I've said it many times, right? Like I own a medical practice with my wife. My wife is the primary doctor. We have other doctors and, clinicians underneath us, hygienists, certified nurses, and all that sort of stuff. We're a specialty group. My wife does. She's the bomb. She does all kinds of stuff. True IV sedation stuff. But we just expanded. Like we could have just stayed in our little office that we have now. We could have, cut expenditures, really been lean. A lot of people say when you start up a startup company, you want to be lean and not have that much fat on you. We just bought an extension, $1 million extension to this building. We eventually want to buy the whole damn building, but we just expanded out with real estate, spent another $1 million, which is scary as hell. Scary as hell. And that's like the same thing that they're arguing about in this blockchain thing. I just spent that personally on $1 million extension just to have more space to walk around in and treat people with. We did that so that we can take on more patients. Same thing with blockchain. You need to spend so that you can expand and also maybe onboard more patients, more users, and also expand the ability to treat people with different procedures as well, right? Same thing as blockchain. We need to hire on more personnel. And I'm talking about salaries, 50,000 to 75,000. Some of them, we just hired a doctor in the hundreds of thousands of dollars, which we could have kept for myself, for my wife, for the office. We could have been lean, but we're in a weird scenario right now where it's like, okay, to really break out, to truly see the value of what we do, we need to expand. We need to spend money. It's going to be a hurt. It's going to be a give or take. It's not going to be nothing is exactly like you plan in business. Nothing. You evolve with it. You iron out the wrinkles while they're happening, and you try to be smart about things, right? But the point of it all is, even if we spent a lot with Juno to get Loop, it sets a standard. It sets, like, they're coming in. Now it's going to attract more developers saying, hey, wait a minute. Maybe we can deploy over here, and maybe they will be welcoming. Hey, wait a minute. Maybe Loop does actually do some innovative stuff with their platform and bring new use cases. Brings more value, not direct value, right? Because that was the argument. Is Juno going to get directly back that value that we put out, that we gave them, loaned out to them? We don't have to get it directly. We could get it indirectly over time. Loop doesn't have to capitalize and get it right exactly 1,000%. We can get it by a byproduct. Kind of like I said with this channel, right? I'm taking the long road. If success is a byproduct of taking the long road, the slow and steady grind, people see the genuine concern for the people here, that I'm in the trenches with them. That's the road I want to take. So it's an investment. I'm an investor. I invest by every means, in every sense of the word. So again, I just want to say, like, having Juno right now being at 46.9% currently, of all Juno being staked, spend that, Juno. Spend that money. Spend it, baby.
Yeah, I like the analogy, like how basically the government prints money so that businesses have liquidity to do more things as the GDP grows. It's very simple.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, like, so I thought, man, I mean, if you guys weren't paying attention to the Twitter Spaces, and I'm gonna say it, I like Don. Don, you stressed the hell out, bro. You need to take a chill pill for a little bit. I get it though. Like, I watched everything. I get you like, on a personal note, shout outs to you, Don. Like, I'm speaking to you directly right now. I get it, bro. You're providing a service. You take so much time out of your day to research these things, make these connections, put out videos. I get the struggle, man. YouTube don't pay you nothing. None of these protocols paying me anything. It's hard, right? When you see other people taking these roads, these avenues, they're traveling these ways or paths that you're not traveling for one reason or another, right? It could be on purpose, like I have. Like, I know the hard road I'm taking. I get it. I perfectly have said that. I'm not going to do it. I could easily do it. I've been reached out to many times to run validators, partner up for validators, put my name on validators, put the IBC gang name on things. I don't know. Like it's hard. It's a hard conversation. I literally just had this conversation with Brandon Blau just recently about an individual that I'm highly still thinking about right now. But I want to know how it's going to be transparently able to be done with the best interest of the people in mind. It's hard. You can't. I get it, bro. You're stressed. You got to take a breath though, man. Walk away from it. It's even more difficult because now you're a validator. It's even more difficult now because you've taken and you've gotten into these positions because of controversial figures, regardless of your opinion, right? Takumi got you into Juno. Or maybe, was it Adam? Takumi CCN got you into Adam. Jacob got you into Juno. It's hard, bro. When you embed yourself, now the game is totally different than being just a genuine person, an average person, a talking head on YouTube making content. You're a great interviewer. You have great concerns, and I agree with a lot of those. I think a lot of times that I share the same sentiment sometimes as you, as like protectors of the realm. Like, I question everything. Is this good? You know, not to say it's bad, but I question it. I question things because that's just who I am, which is much like you. But bro, I saw yesterday when you were talking with Jacob, and you even said it. I think maybe you should like take a step back a little, not get out. I don't want you to leave, but like for your own personal well-being, man, person to person, cosmonaut to cosmonaut, like content creator to content creator. Look at Liam. Liam just came back from a hiatus. And if you're being honest, even Sito, the golden child, doesn't make that much videos compared to before. He doesn't need to, obviously, right? He has other, and yes, the stuff you were arguing about, but he has other means. We don't have that luxury because we're trying to be real. You know? Is that right? Is Sito right? I don't know. I don't know what's right. Like, I only know my morals and who I am. And only you know who you are. But take a step down for a little bit, brother. Or just go touch grass. You know, I hate that saying. Go do something. Go take up jiu-jitsu and choke somebody out. It makes you feel better. But anyway, man, shout outs to him. I just wanted to bring that up. There was a lot of conversation. Shout outs to the talking points that he was talking about. Loop Finance. Carry on, my friends. Hopefully I'll have you guys on the channel again soon. We'll see who you guys are. We have friends that just launched or are going to be launching. Nanat's team, Trailer Park Kids, are going to be launching over there, right? They're trying their best. Kevin with Oni was the hot topic of the conversation over that. Shout outs to Kevin. I really like Kevin. I really like Oni. I thought those things that you said, by the way, and I know you apologize, Don, were unnecessary. Like, I get it, man, but that's super unnecessary. I thought that was bad. But I like Kevin. I like the whole Oni team. I like a lot of people in the multi-sig too.
I don't really understand the whole gang up on Kevin. Like,
yeah, he wasn't even. It's a multi-sig.
Like Salt2 Studio or whatever was like had an 8-hour conversation going yesterday on Twitter, and at the beginning of it, I was like, why are you even pinning Kevin? Like, this was
you know why they're pinning it, right? Is because much like Don, but not like Don, because Kevin is a very much more technical person, and I hate it, Don, but I'm just gonna be honest. He's much more involved with the ecosystem. So, but Kevin, like Oni and all that stuff came out of nowhere, and they got a lot of they got a lot of support. They got a lot of support from inside and outside. They got a lot of support, and I think that's where Don and the criticism comes from. Yeah, but that's the game, right? You hate the player.
Jack was the one who set up the fund in the first place, so I don't even understand all the hate on Kevin.
Exactly, and Jack even came out and said that. Like, whoa, wait a minute. I
was like, why are you guys still talking about this?
Yeah. Anyway, so we're going into opinion pieces talking about that. I just want to cover that. Like, I'm not, man. All in all, though, spend that money, baby. Spend it. I'm in this for the long haul. Anyway, first 3 years for show. Inflation schedule, baby. Going by halves for the first 3 years. 40, 20, 10, and then by single digit percentages. You guys got to know what you're looking at, what you're investing in. Permissionless smart contract. Spend that money. We're at 46.9% staked in Juno. spend that money. I'm good. I'm good. I do want to take a step back and say, there's I didn't cover this because I was trying to fly, and look at me, I'm still ranting. Again, if you guys don't use investing.com to get like opinion pieces and data, factual data along with opinion pieces that are, quite on the level. There's some here and some here. I definitely suggest doing so. It's a great source. I know I need an ad blocker. I don't like putting things on this computer though, that I don't need to. But anyway, you can see that some people are saying there's going to be no dovish pivot from the Fed, from the Jackson Hole meeting. If you guys don't know what the Jackson Hole meeting is, that's basically when they get like all these banks, these global banks together and meet up together. It's like their little retreat getaway thing where they meet up and they talk about things here. Oops. You can see here, Powell speaks on the economic outlook at 10 a.m. Washington time on Friday and is expected to reinstate the Fed's resolve to keep raising interest rates to get inflation under control, though he'll probably stop short of signaling how big officials will go when they meet next month. So again, guys, that is the Jackson Hole retreat is for central bankers. That's where they gather. It's kind of like a little private meeting for them to discuss how they're going to control the world because they're the Sith Lords of everything. So again, that's a lot to do with volatility that we're seeing, along with that $2 trillion options expiry in the traditional markets, along with the Bitcoin expiry that's happening here shortly as well, along with, the global events, and if not, the Fed is going to be dovish or hawkish. Are we going to get another 75 rate basis hike, or are we going to get a 50? If we get something lower, let's go. I will say, China has also, let me go here, see if it's still there. China has started easing as well, because that's a super, super interesting conversation there. I don't think it's there anymore. Yeah, they updated it. But if you guys can see, China is started easing as well. And they kind of have to, right? They're in a really weird situation right now. Let me go into, this is a post that Blau actually posted not too long ago. Let me kind of just blow it up for you guys. As of August 19th, long queues in front of various branches of the banks of Beijing. People rushed to withdraw money from their personal medical insurance accounts, as starting from September 1st, they will not be allowed to withdraw money. Beijing will reduce medical insurance funds paid onto... Is my big head in the way? Yeah, it is. Sorry. You guys are going to have to deal with it. Paid... where did I leave off? Paid onto workers' accounts too. As of the end of 2021, China's state-run basic medical insurance system covered 96.6% of the country's 1.4 billion expense. Like, I've shown you guys footage of people protesting in front of banks, trying to get their money out with tanks and law enforcement, and the regime's trying to stop them. The banks are out there trying to stop a bank run. The Chinese economy is on stilts right now, guys. It's on stilts. On top of that, the big Evergrande principal payment that's going to be coming here shortly. They have two huge principal payments. They've just been paying interest payments, but they have huge interest payments. Could be a catalyst. The markets as well, the U.S. markets have known this for a long time, and they've been pricing this in. So I don't know. I can only speculate that a lot of risk on investors went risk off knowing all of this. And I think that the traditional markets, as far as the rest of the world, have ensured a bracing position for this inevitable collapse within China. But China has now started easing as best as they possibly can to reduce the actual collapse. It's going to happen in some fashion, some form.
Did you see that article I sent you about that Chinese billionaire entrepreneur, Canadian, got sent to prison for 13 years?
Oh, yeah, I did. Yep.
Yeah. That's another example of them cracking down, right?
Evergrande can't die, Jared. Like, the Chinese government is Evergrande.
Yeah.
And vice versa. Like, they can't die. The whole and you know, it's really funny. I don't have this statistics up here. I listen to this stuff every day, all day, guys. But there's a lot of like really interesting things. The whole Chinese economy is basically based on real estate in its entirety. The vast majority of it is. That's the vast majority of the GDP. That's why we have tons of cities and ghost towns that aren't finished or are abandoned, because the way that they operate. And I wish I actually had the article up because it explains it much better than what I'm going to explain it right now. The way that it's a social dilemma on top of an economic monetary the way they run their economic structure as well. There, the Chinese, and I'm part Chinese, which doesn't give me any more right to say anything, but I just got to explain to you guys my culture. I grew up in this culture as well, right? I'm Chinese as well. Doesn't look like, I promise you guys, I am Chinese. My mom is the stereotypical little short Asian lady with salt and pepper hair. But like in China, the social need, the social totem pole and need to be on the higher end of that totem pole of social status in the means of owning a home is so high that they actually allow you, the Chinese bank will allow you to take out, I think, like 50 times your annual salary to buy a home. That would never happen in the United States, right? Never happen in the United States. Basically, it's something like, it's like 4% or something like that. 50, it's like something like that. I don't know if exactly what it is right now. But like if you had a $50,000 annual salary, you could buy like a $200,000 home or something, like probably get approved or something like that.
Families buy houses and stuff like that. Well, they don't ever own their own houses, I guess. But is that why
you're fucking 50%? Sorry, I swore. You're never gonna own your house. You're just renting it. You're just renting it and saying that you own a house. But it's because the Chinese, again, I am Chinese, put so much emphasis on social standings that the banks will allow that. They will do that. And these real estate developers, right? This is how Evergrande got to where they got. These real estate, they know this. So they will go to these same banks, go to these same loans, right? And take out building loans and build, but they won't actually build and complete. Like how normally, like, right, when you take out a building loan, you don't get more until you get to a certain phase, just like that Juno thing, right? Like you're supposed to get to a certain phase and then we'll give you more, and then we'll give you more. And then when you're done with this project, we'll give you more. Not in China. The need was so high that these builders would take out more and more loans before they ever got done building. And then the people weren't able to actually inhabit those places. And so all of those loans they're defaulting on, because you can't, like, you know, so what if you build 1 million freaking houses if nobody inhabits them? So what? And I will say as well, if you guys don't know, the Chinese have also boycotted certain regions, entire cities and towns from moving into. They've literally said, we're not doing it. We're not going to move into there. And they can't pay it back. That's like, as I said, I wish I had the article. That's like my horrible way of explaining things, what's happening in China. Amongst that, they also have lockdowns, shipping, like a lot of things get manufactured there, shipping supply demands are not being met. They have, you know, their lockdowns in Hong Kong and all this other stuff, which is like the ports, largest ports for imports and exporting. So yeah, like as I'm saying all this doomsday stuff, right? Because if China falls, it's the second largest GDP next to the United States by far. Like we're going to see a lot of hurt. But I do think that the traditional markets, the rest of the global markets they've known this for a long time. Smart people have known this for a long time. I don't know if again, I'm not calling you guys not smart or not. I know if you guys pay attention to all this stuff, like I pay attention to all this stuff, we've turtled up already. We've been turtled up. Hopefully things can get back to more of a baseline. Again, I'm going to show you the Dow Jones baseline of basically where we were projecting or projecting ourselves out with our trajectory in the stock market. Oops. Again, this is before the big health crash, right? Boom. This was our track record. Hopefully, we can now get back to it. You know, even if we do come back down to it again, hopefully that will be the end of it. But yeah, long rant today, guys. I tried not to. It's 10:30. So, any questions, Bren?
Besides those two earlier, nope.
I forgot what they were. What were we talking about? What's the blockchain one first?
So someone was asking what you think about Kujira.
Let's look. Actually, somebody forgive me, guys. In our stuff, there was like a big arbitrage opportunity in Kujira for Juno just last night. I wasn't at my computer, and I was like, I missed it.
It was Ambito that.
Ambito said, yeah. Oh, I wish I got that. Let's look at here. Look at, I think, 2 hours ago. Yeah, there was that. Look at that, guys. What the fiery hell happened there? Let me go back a little bit more, actually.
Here's something funny. Chihuahua swap is happening. Apparently, there's a new DEX coming on Chihuahua.
But here's that opportunity, that arbitrage opportunity that happened. Meow. Go away, thing. Remove. There, boom, down to here. All the way up to, it was like $7. Oh, no, I'm sorry. That's Adam. I'm sorry. I was going to say, that don't look right. Boom. There you go. Look at that. Ho. Look at that. Low liquidity platforms. So what do I think about Kujira, though? I think it's a long play. Do I think it's overvalued, though, if that's what you're asking me right now? Do I think that the Kujira token is overvalued right now? There was a lot of selling happening because we have the Monday unlock. Today's unlock. I didn't even. Does anybody have that wallet address, by the way? If anybody has the wallet address, share it right now, because there was a huge wallet address that's unlocking some Kuji tokens. I'd like to see if that actually got sold, or what happened. But as you can see, over the past 4 hours, like on percent moves, like that's a decent move, guys. That's a decent move right there. 15% at one point. It was almost 20%. That, dang, that's a good move right there. Boom, coming back down. Hold on a second. Let me take this on the side over here and connect my wallet, because I had some limit orders. Did it get filled? Filled orders. Yes, it did. Oh, Cletus, it did. But yeah, let me log out of my wallet. I'll disconnect my wallet. Just you guys don't need to see how much I'm playing with. Probably Rad's wallet for Kujira, crypto banter, crypto man Rad. Yeah. But no, I think it's a very interesting platform. It's a very interesting token structure. I think especially when we get closer to the next halving, this is going to be huge. Very, very huge. So like the amount of capital that I'm risking into it, it's conservative, but I do think more bullishly of this platform and the way that the fee schedule works for everybody, than I think negatively of it. So yeah. I don't want to get caught up in that unlocking, though. Does anybody have that address?
Nope.
Nobody has that address?
Let me check if someone posted on Discord.
We'll take a look at it. We'll see by tomorrow, obviously, right? We'll see by tomorrow for sure.
You know what I think, though? Like you said, when we come near the next halving, it's got a bullish future if Osmosis doesn't bring out all these things that they've already done.
That's a great point. Because some of the things that I've been saying a lot when it comes to Osmosis is that I look at the Osmosis platform just like I look at BNB and the Binance platform. What Kujira is doing, this isn't alpha. Hasn't confirmed anything at all, but I believe Osmosis is going to do all of this stuff and more.
Yep, I agree.
Even like, I'm going to be very honest, even with Loop and Juno, like Osmosis has an NFT section. They're going to be doing this kind of stuff all here. And so my biggest problem, like I've been investing a little bit in both of those, right? Because you never know. But I've been saying it for months, ever since Osmosis, like ever since I got into it. That's how I've been viewing Osmo and Osmosis platform. Like if this is the biggest DEX, where do you think it's all going to go? Where do you think the TVL is going to go? Osmosis. You know, it's going to go there.
I mean, not only that, but Osmosis, sure, there was that one issue with the pool recently with the money, but outside of that, Osmosis was pretty stable, fast, and reliable during the entire bull run and a majority of this bear market. So it's got a proven track record.
That whole like shutdown thing was like a great example of how well that team works.
Yeah.
Like they literally shut that shit down before it left the exchange. So
yeah, DJ Crypto Man Ran was shilling Kaju a long time ago. I like Ran. I don't like the other people that's on his channel. I like Ran because he's a fundamentalist, and I really like fundamentalists. But yeah, you know who had a really good idea? By the way, I don't know if he's still here. But I don't know. I don't know if this goes against everything we've said as well. Like obviously, right, guys, we were talking about Don. We were talking about the ability to kind of like produce an income or produce something, right, with the channel. I've showed you guys before. YouTube don't pay me nothing. Like this has all been at a loss for me. But like, I've been putting out the thoughts about like doing like IBC media channel stuff. Maybe I will start reaching out. I might go back into doing some informative videos, like how-to videos and stuff like that, and start doing or reaching out to protocols that I'm already bullish on and ask them if they would like to be sponsors of the show. Kind of like Cryptocito. I don't know, guys. Is that wrong? I got to look at something. I got to look at some kind of way. Tomorrow we're going to be streaming on Twitch. The only reason I'm going there, and I'm being very honest with you guys, is because it's a lot easier to make any kind of monetary gain as a streamer on Twitch, and it doesn't cost anybody anything if you have an Amazon Prime. Like that's the only reason I'm even going there, just to test new waters to see if the effort that I'm putting out here can be monetized easier for not only myself, but for the people. It wouldn't cost you if you already have Amazon Prime, you have a free Twitch sub, like, which I don't get all of that if people decided to sub to the channel, but it'd be much more than YouTube. So like, I'm being very honest. I don't know how else to do things where this is actually going to start generating something more than, you know, just me coming out of my own pocket. Eventually it needs to start being something more. So I'm thinking about a way to reaching out to Cosmos DeFi actually said this, or Joe said this. Why don't you do like this a little segment somewhere in the show where it's like this section of the show presented by Stakely.io or Stash.io or something like that, or maybe Juno. But you know, yeah, I gotta start doing something. And like, is it wrong if I do partnerships? I know Cryptocito has like Evmos partners sponsors his channel. That would be massive.
No, I think that's a good idea.
The problem is I want to stay chain agnostic though. That's the only thing. I don't like, I'm bullish on all of these things. I want to cover everything, but when you take a sponsor,
they want to put your content on it usually.
Yeah. Right? Yeah. So it's kind of like, that's why Man Ran, just talking about crypto banter, does like NordVPN. VPNs don't care. So long as you use the VPN, right? Like whatever. But yeah, I need to find something, guys. I need to find something. Or you guys could just keep subbing to the channel, tell your mama, tell your auntie, tell your brother, tell everybody else to sub, because that helps. But like, it's such a long road. Anyway, personal problems, right? First world problems. Just being real. If you guys could help me think about other ways to kind of like grow. I know it's a bear market, but help me grow the IBC gang. Like it would be nice, like, right? It doesn't have to happen. It could happen 2 to 3 years from now. Luckily, I'm in a position where it's like, whatever, I'll be doing this anyway. But it would be nice to start actually seeing things, you know, and be appreciated a little bit in that kind of way. Yeah. Yeah, it's super hard to be sponsored. That's why I haven't done it. Yeah. Coffee. All right, guys.
Yeah. You
Go ahead.
already have to have like a huge following already for people to want to sponsor you, because that's all they look at.
Yeah. Yep. Yep. I got the IBC gang though. We could just be us guys, admittingly, for the foreseeable future, for indefinitely. It's all right. I'd rather have 30 to 50 consistent winners, people who are benefiting from this channel by transparently and genuinely being for the people and putting out honest, obviously it's opinion based, but honest content, and know that those people are benefiting, then reach thousands of people on each video and know that the vast majority of them don't care or are losing or that I'm selling my soul. I don't want to do that. I don't. I'm just being real. But at the same time, like, it would be nice to somehow find a way to make it beneficial, right? Like, and that's, I think again, going back to Don, I think that's why he was like, losing his mind over stuff. And I get it. Relaying doesn't really pay all too much, but not at his level, at least. You're getting what, like 2 or 3 Juno in rewards, but yeah. Anyway, guys. Actually, let me bring that up real quick. Ooh, no, YouTube's not gonna like that at all. I can't. No, YouTube will not like that at all. Guys, join our Discord, please. I'm going to be putting out the link for the YouTube, for the Twitch show tomorrow. I'll also be putting it in our tweets. I will not be putting it on YouTube because they don't like that. Oh, hey, look, YouTube, I'm not going to dual stream. I'm taking a break. I love you. I'll give you your respect. I'll, stroke your hair. But on Tuesdays and Thursdays, baby, I'm going to go hang out with the boys over there. Let's take a look real quick, guys. I know I've been ranting. Let's take a look at some of the biggest losers and wait, hold on. They had it. Didn't they have this here? Biggest losers and winners before. Didn't they have it? No. The overview. They had it before. I liked it before when they had like the biggest winners and losers.
Check the dashboard.
Is it dashboard? Analytics? I don't want to connect my wallet. You guys don't need to see that. I don't want to connect my wallet. I'm not going to connect my wallet. Not in front of you guys. You guys don't need to see how much I have on each one of my wallets. I used to do that. I don't want you guys to feel little. I'm just joking. It's not about the size, baby. It's how you use it. It's how you use it.
Yeah, of course.
I'm just joking.
Sure, Tank. Yeah, just trying to make us feel better about our small wallets.
Your winkies, dude. I'm joking. Many of you guys probably have much more than I do. Let's go look into it. So price changes. Let's look at price changes. Everything down. Kuji down 20.02% on the day. Although, if you caught that bottom just recently, not that bad. Evmos, pretty much the one and only, let me see here, actually, that's not a stable. Oh no, star name's not down too much, but what the hell is star name? I don't even know what the hell star name is. P-Stake. What is it?
It's a name service like DENS on Juno.
Like DNS, yeah. But honestly, guys, look at that. Evmos holding its own. 0.74 out of everything else dying off.
It's crazy because that's the one that you would think would be going down right now because of the inflation schedule.
Yeah. Sorry, I was looking at the chat. My Winky wallet. On Twitch, guys, we're gonna make a thumbnail that says Winky wallet, and you guys can use. I don't know if you guys ever use Twitch. Is a lot funner too, but funner is a word. I gotta stop talking about it because YouTube's gonna be like, he's talking about that other place. Ban him. But yeah, guys. So that's what we got right now. I think is Levana up and going right now? They did reach out to me. I'm gonna be on a Spaces. I think on Thursday. Is it Thursday with them? Thursday or tomorrow? One of the two. So that'll be fun. Admittingly, will only be for just a brief moment because I got jujitsu. I needs that because I got to choke people out. But they reached out to me, and I'll hopefully will be on. They invited me to be a guest on one of their spaces. Really looking forward to that. I think I'm going to be a Terran once I'm able to be a Terran. I know we have Bees in here and a couple of other. I think Rusty's a Terran as well. from not. So I'm going to be a Terran, guys. I'm going to get into this a little bit. I do want to point this out to you guys. If you guys don't use this, I saw this as well. This is a pretty like actually I'm going to put this in the links down below for helpful links. This is our airdrops.1. It's not the absolute best, but it's a pretty I want to say detailed. It's a pretty good list of airdrops in our space that you guys can find. I don't know if it's completely updated, but you can see like all these airdrops that were at one point supposed to come out, or maybe they didn't, but some of these might have died. Yeah, like Amber, that was like a secret thing, right? Like super scarce. I don't even know what happened to that. But if you guys are ever curious, it's got to be somewhat updated because look, Gelato's up there. If you guys are curious about like airdrops and stuff like that, check this out. Check this out. Jiu-Jitsu baby. But yeah, it's a good place, guys. I put it in the comments down below for you guys to take a look at. Like look how much. If you guys don't think that the next round of airdrop madness, think about this. This is just like a little bit of everything, right? Secret and Juno and all this stuff. This is just in the past, not even a year, that we've gotten. Not all of these just yet, but we've got an exposure or told that these airdrops are going to come. Don't tell me that the Cosmos ecosystem does not give back. Maybe not in price action entirely, but man, look at all this stuff. Yeah, it's got to be because look, that's Neutron. That's Neutron. But just something for you guys to take a look at. No, I don't think Grits made this.
No.
Airdrops.1 made this.
Anyway,
yeah, I just wanted to put that out there for you guys. You guys can change like.
Cosmos Pugs is pretty good.
Cosmos Pug is pretty good too, and they also have charts too. So, but yeah, just wanted to throw that out there for you guys. I don't have anything else. Did I miss anything though? Subscribe, like the video, please.
GSAM is asking, can we catch up with Twitch like YouTube too? Yeah, I'm pretty sure there's VODs on Twitch as well.
Yeah. There's VODs. There's VODs there, guys. And again, if you guys actually here, let me go to if you guys aren't already following us, and YouTube, blah, all of you guys, if you guys want, link all your guys' stuff down below. These are mods, guys. If you guys want to follow them, not only are they great mods, but they put out content on there that I think you guys should follow. Here's mine. Little shameless shill, right? This is my Twitter handle. Be on the lookout. I'll put the information there for the Twitter or for the Twitch, so you guys can follow that. And then again, if you fellas want to actually put it out there, you guys can do that as well. But I'll try to get you guys in to know. If you guys don't do it in the Discord, I will be putting it on Twitter tonight and tomorrow morning, all leading up so that you guys know. But we will not be here on YouTube tomorrow morning. We will be on Twitch. So yeah, be on the lookout for that, guys. It'll be interesting. Hopefully I don't screw up everything. So anyway, anything else?
No. And I just want to say, if anyone needs help setting up their Amazon Prime with their Twitch, just DM me on Discord and I'll do my best.
As always, guys, we appreciate you guys. You guys are the most important people in the whole wide world in this space. Stay tuned to these videos. If you haven't already, please subscribe, like the video. Watch out for our new venture for me at least, back into Twitch, starting tomorrow. It's going to happen on Tuesdays and Thursdays. And then again, for YouTube, it's going to be Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. That's going to be the schedule from here on out. Same bat time, no, I guess not same bat channel, but same bat time, just on those two different platforms. But yeah, be on the lookout for that, guys. You guys be good. Stay in profits. We'll see what happens. Peace.
Peace.